another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at a set of Marvel Legends. This is the first time I've ordered a full set, hence it's in this box, full Hasbro box right here. And that's my cat's do. Yum, 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 yum. You can see inside it's perfectly full set. So inside this wave is the X-Men 97, which is, I guess, the X-Men I like the most, except for the Fox movies, I guess. And yeah, we have Wolverine, back of the box. Quick thing about this box, even though it looks like a blister pack, like I guess just make it look like some of the old stuff, I like the fact that the plastic itself is not glued down to the paper, and you can sort of open it up like this and get the tray from underneath out, so you can easily get your figure out, put it back in, and have the card mostly intact and back on display if you want to do that. Rogue, Magneto. So most of these designs are actually very close to the classic comic book looks, which doubles up for me. So I don't care if these are exactly cartoon or exactly comic book versions. They suit me just fine because I'm not a big Marvel fan, but I do like some of it quite a lot. You know, like Spider-Man and Deadpool and all that. And I guess my favorite would actually be Captain America, but I'm very happy to have this particular cartoony / comic book versions of them. Before I begin, I will be doing a separate video comparing this Wolverine to the Matrix one that I reviewed quite a while ago. For the most part, I don't buy Marvel Legends because I think 90% of them are butter ugly. I just don't like how they look. The shoulders are always too low, the proportions are always wrong, the muscles are way too exaggerated. I much prefer Figure Arts, Matrix, they just look so much better. And I don't understand either. Just if you're just looking at American brands, I look at other stuff from Hasbro, like the Black Series, that looks really good. It's very close to the movies, the people look right. And if I look at other stuff like, Necker, McFarlane, all of that stuff looks really good. Whereas the Marvel stuff, I guess because they keep reusing the same body types and stuff, it's a bit better than how Mattel handled the DC license, because that was garbage. The Mattel DC stuff. The printing was bad, proportions were bad, articulation was also bad. The Marvel Legends stuff is slightly better. The only few Marvel Legends I do have is I have a Jonas Jameson, because that's hilarious, and a Red Skull comic book, because that was like a special version, came with different heads and different accessories, and Wolverine, Mystique, Magneto, and Professor X from the movies. Magneto and Professor X had like two different head options, so you can be McAvoy or Patrick Stewart. So I thought that was pretty cool thing to have. I didn't like that Magneto. His proportions were all like weird and stuff. He looked like fat Nito. But yes, so for the most part, I do not get those. Another comic book Marvel figure I have is the Figma Deluxe Deadpool, because he had so many accessories. That was a very awesome figure to have. So I am interested in picking up the Matrix Spider-Man at some point. Captain America almost picked it up, but for the price that he's going for, he didn't look good enough. So I might find the Ultimate Captain America from Marvel Legends, maybe. But anyway, back to this line now. So we start off with Wolverine. He comes with the mask down like this. So I guess I should put him on there, but I just want to take the figure separately. Mask up face. This looks very good. It's painted very nicely. It looks really good. And two fist hands. So we also have fist hands with the claws extended. I wish we had open hands or relaxed hands, something like that, so you can hold on to items, but he can't. So because these are all the hands he has, so that's a huge downside for me. Yeah, so overall look, the face looks good. This one too, it looks very good actually, painted very clean. I know a lot of this figure is probably reused from previous figures, but what they have here is good. I'm really glad I never picked up any previous X-Men figures from Marvel Legends, because when I finally picked this set up, I feel like this is like the best combination of everything for me personally. So we have the shoulder pads actually on the arms, so they kind of disconnect. That looks a bit weird. Not a fan too much of this bulky neck to shoulder thing. It's always a bit too much for me, but it works for Wolverine. No coloring on the hairy arms. That's just molded in there. I guess you could put a whitewash there and some black highlights to make it look even better. And legs look okay. The coloring, the blue's not too bright. I like that. It looks good. In terms of height, and he is supposed to be a bit shorter than others, so here he is next to Gambit. That's cool. He looks really good. And in terms of posability, I did manage to get him into the very classic Wolverine sort of like jumping into the air with his claws out pose. So he's really good for doing that. That's really good. And how far back his arms can go. That's good. Articulation's got the ball joint on top of the neck. Oop. Comes out really easy because you got a head swap. Rotation there. Then you got these huge joints there for his arms to go forwards and back. I like that a lot. And it doesn't cut up the coloring in the suit design. Where they put it, and the coloring of it, it's thin enough that, I mean, it's noticeable, but when you're posing an action figure, it looks pretty good. Never a fan of this N-shape joint on the tummy, which is why I don't like most of the designs of Marvel Legends, but for cartoony figure, it works fine. And most importantly, again, it doesn't cut into the suit design. Leg goes up, sideways, full rotation here, cuts up a little bit, not too big of a fan there. Knee joint, double knee joint, but yep, he can do that. Leg goes forward, back, swivels, and arm there, rotation here, double elbow joint, peg, swivel. The only one thing is I would prefer the coloring of the actual claws to be a bit brighter because it's silver, well, adamantium or whatever, and these bits can stay as this darker color, just give it a cut. So this is still a really good looking figure. You could do with just a touch of extra painted details if you like doing that, customization just a little bit, fix up some little paint mishaps, but overall I am very pleased with him. But since I have the Mavericks already, I'm going to be giving this to a friend, so I won't be keeping this, even though I know lots of people are buying this wave mostly for Wolverine. Let's number 2, let's go with Rogue. So female characters, I'm really glad they don't have that stupid N-shaped tummy joint. And yeah, however good the articulation is, you know, Japanese figures don't need that N joint and they can still get good articulation, whereas here with the female characters, they are copying a bit more of the Japanese style figures, but you still can't crunch her tummy forward. So face coloring, painting looks very good actually. You could do with a little bit of a black wash on the hair to give it some highlights. The X painting there is a little bit messed up, but it's on the fold, so excusable, I guess. The belt is painted okay, and the leg coloring, the green here doesn't quite match up with the green there. It's a little bit darker, but the jacket's hiding it, so I'll let it slip. But the overall coloring is decent enough. Is it perfect? No, but just on the shelf it looks great. She has an extra hand here where she's holding the extra glove, so she can have her right hand out to touch people and absorb their power or something. Articulation wise, full rotation here, neck can go, oh, she can look very far down, a little bit up, but the hair gets in the way. She does have butterfly joints, I think, a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't really work. Arm goes up, down. Oh, that's not good. You hear that? That's the joint clicking. It's a bit too tight. Need to be careful with that. Swivel, hand is on a peg and swivel. I want to move it a bit more. Can I do it a bit more? So her sleeve can move out the way, so you can move the hand, which is smart. Leg up, down, sideways, rotation here. Yellow almost matches, but the yellow here looks a bit more neon than that because that's a molded yellow, whereas this is painted yellow. So this is molded green, I think. Yep, molded green plastic. No, that's a yellow plastic too. I don't know why it's a different color. That's nice. Anyway, decent looking figure. I guess we'll move on to Gambit because he's already in the shot. He's got this metallic blue stick, soft plastic, as well as 2 very cool accessories. I like this hand with the cards on there. It looks really awesome. I like that a lot. And this single card effect that he can slip into his fingers. So that's cool. So these are cool accessories. He has an item holding hand to hold on to his staff, which is good, and he has this card hand. I guess that's enough for him. Head looks decent, a little bit smudge paint there. Hair could do with wash as well. The metallic on the suit is okay, and the printing on the side there is okay too. The overall jacket is decent. Again, could do with a bit of a wash, but for cartoony look, it's okay. I'm glad none of these figures have the stupid shell shading print shadows on them. That would be a bit annoying. Leg goes down, up. Rotate sideways a little bit. No, okay, not really. Rotation here. No butterfly joints for him, so arm just goes up, down, rotation here, rotation here. Hands on the peg and swivel can actually move quite a bit. Leg up, sideways. His jacket does get in the way. Not the softest material. I know Hasbro has used soft material before, but no, so this is not the softest. Double knee joint, foot goes up, down, rotate, and his tummy joint. Oh, yeah, he can do that. And rotating here. Sure. Can he go back because he's got the jacket? No, he cannot. Great. Next, let's go with Storm. She has spray open hand, fist hand, and yeah, those. So she's got a pair of each. Figure looks fine. The colorings are very simple. She's not just a flat white. That would have been looking a bit off. Her hair is a flat white though. Head is okay. Looks a bit unamused. Her hair in the back is very soft plastic. In fact, it's so soft it's coming out of the glue port, which is okay. I prefer to have more posing for her. And yeah, so the actual plastic part's okay, but this cape, what the hell is this? This is like the cheapest material I've ever seen. This is cheaper than some bootleg figures. And when you lift this up, you can see that they've just attached it with some of this. They stitch it to a transparent piece of like packing material. This is garbage cape. Stitch lining obvious, like and yeah, this looks so cheap. Like I feel like this is something that I would do in an afternoon, not from a professional product. This is, can I actually remove this? I guess I can. There are ball pegs in there for these two front pads. I can remove the cape if I want to and swap it with something else. In this case, I much rather a soft plastic material cape that will look much better than this. In terms of posing, let's see. I guess I move her arms out when she's doing a storm thing, like controlling the thunder. Then this pose is okay for the cape, but it's so flimsy. I don't like it. This is not good. Head goes up, down, sideways, rotation here. Torso can't really go forward, just like Rogue, but can go back a lot. Oh, she broke her back. There's rotation here, leg goes up, back, sideways, rotation, double knee joint, leg forward, swivel. Next, we have Bishop. He's got, he's got another fist, and he's got another gun holding hand. Isn't that the same? Oh, they're slightly, so you can hold bigger and smaller guns. Okay, this is more like secondary hand. He's got a little clip there to hold his gun in place. Coloring is really good. This blue and yellow is done very nicely. It matches mostly. The shoulder pads a little bit on the brighter side, but otherwise it's done very well. This scarf piece is also done pretty good. Head, really good. Really good printing head. This is nice. Now, I don't really care for this guy too much, so I won't be keeping him, I guess. I'll be selling him, maybe. He's not one of the main characters for me. I'd much rather have a Cyclops than him. I am sorry. I don't care. Or a Phoenix, that would be nice too. Down, up, sideways, or a Beast. I'd much rather have a Beast. Yeah. I watch a lot of the cartoons, but not all of it, so he doesn't really do much for me. That's an ugly elbow joint. This joint is very nicely hidden. Hand, peg, swivel. Tummy can go back, go forward. Move this out the way. No, that's, yep. Any rotation here, up, down, sideways, rotation. Knee joint. There we go. Rotation here. Foot up, down, sideways. Finally, Magneto. We have an extra pair of fists, and that's it. I really wish he had an extra head without the helmet. There have been other Magnetos where he can take his helmet off. So that's a bit of a shame. Cape, and consistency please. I either have plastic cape or you have a flimsy cloth one. In this case, I would like to have a fabric cape for him. So there's a peg gun there on the back to stop this from moving around, I guess. So if I were to custom this, I would cut and keep the stud piece around the neck, and then I can glue like a piece of fabric underneath. That would be the way I would do it. In terms of paint quality, the paint job, there's not much going on. It's just a little bit of purple detail on top of the red plastic. Otherwise, there's really not much there. The face itself is done quite nicely. He's got a little bit more face underneath. It's weird how soft this helmet is, and I can't take it off. So rotation here, look down, look back, side a little bit. Full rotation. I'm assuming at some point they're gonna have a second wave of this because, you know, I'm guessing this wave sold quite well. We don't have a Professor X. I guess that's the one with the wheelchair. The big robot seats. That'll be a deluxe figure, but I don't see why they wouldn't do a second wave of another 6 figures just to get a bunch out again, reissue, get some better paint jobs. Yeah, so good posing. For Marvel Legends this wave, this set is really good. Overall print quality, design, and looks of all these figures look pretty awesome. If you're a fan of the cartoon and you're a fan of, well, Marvel characters, this is a very good set to get. And the cartoon designs are very close to some of their comic book counterparts, so this is double excellent. Accessories are enough, I guess, for the price that you're paying for. And if you really want to, you can customize these a little bit to make them even better if you have those skills. For me, I'm quite happy with this set. I look forward to a wave 2 if they ever make it. And yeah, come back later for the comparison between this Wolverine and the Mafex one. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below. Guys, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.